I've never experienced anything as violent as that before.
You coming to follow us? We're trapped.
Jeez.
There's something downstairs now.
Hello and welcome to Most Haunted, and around 400 years of history of murder, secret passages and of course ghosts. This is the Fleece Public House in Elland.
Originally called the Great House, the Fleece Inn as it stands can be dated back as far as the early 1600s, and although the interior has gone through many alterations and remodelling, the exterior stands firmly faithful to the 1610 date carved in the original back door lintel. Over the years, as with many great buildings, the Fleece Inn has had many visitors, seen many a drama and witnessed many a death. And it is those deaths that seem to be creating a disturbance, as this place is said to be one of the most haunted properties in Great Britain. The ghost of a young girl is seen in the rooms and looking out of the windows. Dark shadows are seen on a regular basis, glasses are thrown and smashed by an unhappy poltergeist, and a negative entity is said to roam all over the inn trying to get people out of his dwelling. With all this in mind, I had to bring my team to the Fleece Inn.
As with all historic buildings, we never really know what's gone on here. If this particular building could talk, the stories it could possibly tell. Of course, the surroundings have changed, but this particular property would have owned quite a bit of land. What was here then? One of the ghostly stories involves the classic, a headless horseman. Apparently, the apparition shows himself in a dirty grey leather coat with a gold belt. He himself is headless, and then he comes outside, sits on top of his stagecoach, and he's pulled away by, can you believe this, headless horses. So will we experience this classic haunting tonight in this foreboding building? Come on. Every level in this location has its own ghostly happenings, from poltergeist activity right through to full apparitions. This particular area, the Rams Bar, really fascinates me because allegedly there's a ghost of a little girl called Eleanor. She likes to come along and she likes to play with any helium balloons that are left behind from parties had here. Well, we've set up our locked off cameras throughout the building and we've brought our own helium balloon. Is this the girl that has been seen longingly staring out of the window? Hopefully we'll find out tonight. Over the years on Most Haunted, we've investigated many pubs, but this one I find intriguing. In fact, I find it frightening. Earlier on, we were interviewing the landlady, the eyewitness, Christine, and it was while she was talking about some of the paranormal events that had happened here that this happened.
Well, the very first night that I slept here, I thought, oh, that radiator, I'm going to have to see to that radiator. It was making a lot of...
Smith, what the... Hang on, I've got it.
Did that come over the balcony?
Where the hell? Guys.
Oh my God.
What the was
oh
that?
My God, a chair just came over there. A chair just came over there.
I'm doing a pan now.
I've never experienced anything as violent as that before.
You say you've got poltergeist activity, but
Is there any sound on your camera?
Yeah.
I put sound on because
One,
there's an
two
interview.
chairs.
What the
One,
f***
two
has
chairs.
just happened?
did they both come over?
Two chairs.
There's two chairs come over.
So where did that come from?
They could have hit us. Well, no, there's one there, look, and there's one there.
No, I think it... Did it not?
I thought it was just one that
I
came over.
thought it was one and it hit one and it fell and then bounced this way.
Oh, it could be.
We all knew there was nobody up the stairs. So the chair coming down on its own, could that have been poltergeist activity? Or could it have been the work of the ghost known as the Grumpy Man? Well, Christine, the landlady, was so upset by what she'd witnessed, she's actually asked us to try and get rid of this so-called ghost. So we need to find out who this ghost is, and is he going to put up much of a fight to leave?
Making lots of... Making lots of...
It looked as though we were in for a terrifying night, and I wanted to get Glenn's perspective on the Fleece Inn.
Well, Glenn, this pub to me has it all. It's absolutely fantastic. 400 years of history.
Yeah.
It's had murders, it's got secret passageways, and allegedly very, very haunted. And it's had lots of different uses over the years. So this, to me, I think, as a haunted pub, is my favourite so far. And we've done an awful lot of pubs over the years. I think this is the real deal.
Yeah, having said all that, I knew we were coming to this pub a few days ago, and the first thing I thought of, right, cynically speaking, rather than just being sceptically speaking, oh, a pub, is this just another way to do a bit of publicity? Is it one big publicity stunt, you know, just getting it on, custom through the door, the footfall after this goes out, it's going to be fantastic for them, surely. And straight away, that's where my mind is, you know?
Well, I mean, as we're talking now, I'm getting tapping underneath my feet,
Really?
Which is fantastic. I think there's a lot of eyewitnesses here. There's a lot of people. I know you've heard this time and time again, but the fact is that the lovely landlady that's been here has experienced so much, and the staff experienced so much as well. And they've got a lot of video phenomena of stuff that's been going on. And she lives here. I don't know how she manages to do it. It's unbelievable.
Does she live alone?
I'm not quite sure, but I think, oh my gosh, I can feel this under here. She also has 3 dogs as well, and they say that the people that are here, the staff and Christine, that the dogs, all 3 of them, will get into a line and they'll just start, their head will go on to one side and then they'll be listening and looking at something. Now, it'd be very interesting to see if, and she said, I'm not going to tell you the areas,
okay.
So it'd be very interesting to see that our laid-back Watson, if he actually manages to sense anything.
I'm particularly glad she did that and not tell us on purpose, just in case Watson does behave in that way.
Yeah.
That'd be quite interesting.
Should we go through there? Because
Yeah.
this particular bit is rather interesting.
Either way.
Come on, Watson. That's it. Right, this area in the pub really intrigues me. This is where Christine was having her interview today. And you've seen the footage.
I have.
This is where the chair falls behind her. Now, to me, it's absolutely fascinating because a lot of people, we've had poltergeist activity before where, you know, stones and smaller objects have been thrown. But I don't think we've ever had a chair thrown from height down at some eyewitness. I mean, it actually wasn't on her, but it was, you know, it was as close to. I mean, she was sat here and it actually collapsed behind her, came down behind her.
Yeah.
You know, and that to me is absolutely fascinating. The look on the poor woman's face. I mean, she was white as a sheet. You know, they have this spirit in this particular area they call him the Grumpy Man. And lots of people have witnessed him. He's allegedly, you know, his presence is felt behind them. He breathes on your neck, sort of pushes you out. You know, you don't feel very welcome in here at all. Now, Christine, before this happened with the chair, she was quite happy for him to remain. And since that's happened, she said, can you get rid of him? Can you get rid of him? So it really did frighten her. And I'm not surprised. The whole thing, I mean, I've seen the footage and I was like, oh, really quite shocked.
Yeah, I did see the footage as well myself before we started. And what is scary about it is you say this is a chair. I mean, these they're really, really heavy, solid chairs, and you know, just dropping it from that, just, you know, that could have killed her. And I know a lot of people go, oh, it must be somebody throwing stones, it must be somebody on the crew throwing something. We know there was no one up there, absolutely no one up there. And even for herself, she knew where all her staff were as well. It's just a mezzanine floor. You can hear the creaking if anybody's up there. There was none of that. So the fact that there was no one up there, and the fact that something that could have actually killed her if it hit her, makes it all the more daunting, really, is what it is. Because I know this is a television show, but there's no one on this God's earth who would want to throw a chair at somebody from a great height.
Well, like you said, that could have killed her.
Yeah.
It could have killed.
And here we are standing.
I know. True. Very true indeed. Who knows? I think we're in for a heck of a night tonight. I really do.
I hope so.
Yeah. Well, yes. So do I. I'm a bit nervous after the chair.
Yeah.
I really am.
It's a game changer, that, isn't it?
Yeah. I'm keen to find out who this grumpy man is as well.
Well, a lot of people at home are thinking probably along the same lines of me, and that is, we would love to see the thing lift up.
Yes.
Again, we can't. Nobody knew that was going to happen.
No.
You can't predict where these things are going to happen. We could all be in here, and something going to happen out through there. But the fact that we're getting more and more activity as we go along, it becomes all the more compelling for myself included. Yeah. And if we manage to capture something as big as that, moving on its own accord, then that'd be brilliant. It's just Watson.
But you see, the other thing is that we can have which we will do and have done. We have locked off cameras, lots of them all around the building, and it doesn't matter. We're very lucky sometimes, and we do manage to capture some amazing things on locked off cameras. But a lot of the time, it will move behind the camera or in an area that you wouldn't even think of.
This is why science has a hard problem with it, because you can't predict it. It's not the same thing. It's if you're doing a science experiment, you can't get the same results at the same time, day in, day out. It's completely random, and that's why there's a problem with it.
What we'd like tonight is a chair caught on camera lifting off from the floor, flying through the air and coming down. That would be great. Not aimed at anybody, because we don't want anybody hurt.
I wouldn't even want to see it flying. I want to see it being moved in a controlled fashion.
Yeah.
That'd be brilliant.
Come on. Wind your head.
Yes.
It's one of those low beam places. This bedroom is interesting because Christine hears a lot of scratching in this room, coming from the walls, the ceiling and so on. And I know you're probably thinking, as I did originally, it's got to be birds or mice or animals. But actually, this whole place has been cleared. It has to be, because of course
it's an eating establishment, isn't it? Yeah.
So it's been completely cleared. So what is it?
Well, we've got very creaky floors. It's very unbalanced. We've got modern central heating in here. All it takes is for the heating to click on, and makes the wood expand. Anything that's loose underneath could sound like it's giving scratchy noises. Anything essentially that rubs against the expanding wood. So when the house is generally settling, it can be just those kind of noises, really. It's very, very old, and anything like that could sound like a scratch. And the sound travels as well. So
It does, and that's great, to think logically. But I know, because I live in an old house as well, and Christine is like me. We're sane. A lot of people disagree with you about me, but it's you just know, don't you? Yeah. You know the noises that your house makes, and then you know when something's not quite right.
Something's out of sorts.
Yeah. The other thing that's seen here is, of course, figures staring out of the window, particularly this window as well. So, what is it? Is it that kind of stone tape theory, where we're getting the recording of images that are coming back, being played? That's... I've no idea, but the fact that these things are happening regularly, it's very, very interesting.
I'm interested to know whether the faces at the window, are these being seen by punters out in the beer garden?
I get where you're coming with that.
Yeah, it could be just anyone who's just maybe had a skinful. It could be somebody who's a bit short-sighted and they're just seeing perfectly rational pareidolia. It could be really well explained just like that.
Yeah, absolutely. What have you got in your hand now?
Now, this is something I picked on my way round. Brought it here especially this evening. It's like a 3-in-1 device, really, because we've got an EMF meter. We've also got a
Watson, get down off the bed. Come on, get down. Sorry.
He's after something, isn't he?
He is.
It's not just an EMF meter, it's a thermometer as well. The lights will flash when there's a sudden rapid change in temperature. So at the moment it's reading 23 Celsius. It's quite warm in here, as you can see. And the geophone element as well to it. It picks up tapping.
Vibration, yeah.
Any vibration.
Look at
So we
that.
can rest it on the floor. And sometimes I know it's difficult for the microphones to pick up the tapping that we have, but there we've got a visual representation of any particular sound. It just takes the gentlest of taps and, you know, just to make the first light appear. So that's quite a handy device.
Yeah, you're
And
practically wetting yourself with excitement.
I love a
having that.
gadget. I don't know a bloke who doesn't.
That's true. And of course, you know, we're going off our senses, what we see, what we experience, what we feel, but also that's why he's here, not
Yep.
because he's gorgeous and lovely and mine, but the fact that he's so laid back that I think that when he experiences something, we'll all know about it. You know, and that's why he's here.
And so, with a seemingly unhappy poltergeist already making itself known and darkness having descended, it was time to turn off the lights and investigate the Fleece Inn.
Throw something at Stuart's head.
This is where the chair came down.
Yeah. Is it my imagination, or is this feeling a lot colder than it did before?
It's about half a degree cooler in here than the other bar.
Oh, I just feel very, very cold in here. Is there anybody here?
Tapping.
I'll get that.
Hello there. Can you give me 3 loud taps?
Wow.
Thank you.
That was definitive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you very, very much. Can you give me 2?
Oh. Going off on its own now. That's like something running, isn't it?
Yeah, that's different. That's not tapping. That's like a.
Yeah.
Do you know who the man is that wants us out? 2 for yes, 1 for no. Yes.
It's getting louder as well.
Yeah. Are you the man that wants us out? No, that's moved because now it's not.
Temperature's dropping as well, so.
Yeah, that box.
It's a heavier.
It's between over where in front of Fred's feet it was. We need to know who this man is.
So we've got this sort of 2 sets. One could be the little girl, and one could be the
Yeah,
the
there could be
geezer.
lots of different taps. I mean, when I asked earlier on how many people were here, it went up to 30. 30, and you were, ooh.
Is the person who threw the chair here earlier today with us now?
Yeah.
Okay.
See, that was right behind.
Yeah, I could hear it from over
Are
there.
you going to throw something at us again?
Yes.
Come on then, what are you waiting for?
Oh my God, I'm going so cold.
Not a chair though.
Don't throw a chair at me. Chuck a table at me. Chuck a chair and a table at Stuart.
Throw something at me.
With the atmosphere changing, I decided to conduct a tapping board session to see if I could get closer to the violent entity that haunts this place.
Can you please tap out your name? If I point to a letter, can you tap out your name? What's the first letter of your name? I want to know the name of the man that doesn't want us here. Yeah?
Is that one?
D.
D. Second letter.
That's it. H.
So your first name is Death, is that correct?
It's gone a lot
Yes.
fainter. I don't know if its energy's drying up a little.
I can feel, no, it's not, I can feel it here.
Yeah.
Ooh. You're getting that, Stu. Can you give us another word? Give us a message? Anything?
same thing. He wants to.
Thanks.
Die. Okay, you want us to die, yes? Are you going to try and kill us?
No response.
Well, that responded.
Yes.
I couldn't hear it, but that definitely.
Yeah, that
went off.
did, yeah. What, were you, did you murder somebody here? You did. So you're a murderer. And you're quite happy, aren't you? Yeah, okay, so this is a really horrible, nasty piece of...
I'm hearing this right behind me. It's almost.
You're hearing it there. I'm feeling it under my right foot.
Yeah, I can feel it right underneath
Can you?
me, yeah. Why won't you move on? What are you scared of? You have to be scared of something. Give me another message. What are you scared of? Are you trying to say nothing? Yeah. You're not scared of anything. Well, we're clearly dealing with some...
That table moved.
Well, I thought I looked
Oh my God!
That table
I
behind
thought it was
Carl.
Just
No,
move, Greg.
Me.
You haven't moved
it
it.
was that
No.
table behind Carl.
I heard that.
100%. That one there, that
Yeah,
long
yeah,
one.
yeah.
That's why I looked
That
at
long
Greg.
one, the one on pointed
Well, that
at
one.
Yes.
I just assumed it was Greg, but then I just looked and thought, well, Greg's.
Is that you that just tried to move the table? Are you trying to move the table? Yes.
You're not very good at it.
Is the reason you're still here? Have you not finished hurting people?
Yeah.
Do you want to hurt more? It's funny, I'm definitely hearing it from behind me. I know you guys are hearing it.
Well,
feeling
You
it.
said, didn't you, right at the very beginning, you were feeling something behind you?
Finding out that whatever is here wanted to hurt us put us all on edge, but we needed to find him, so we split up to cover as much of the Fleece Inn as possible. Carl went alone into the kitchen, Glenn, Stuart and Darren went to the main bar, while I took Greg, Watson and Fred into an area where the chair had been thrown earlier.
Right, I'm in the kitchens that way, and then there's the I can't see anything. This is the back sort of dry storage area, and there's a there's a door there which I've just opened. Now, this is where there's all the bits and bobs are, and there's kind of just. Apparently that was where I think loads of stuff came off the shelf. Apparently it was everywhere. It was all over here. So there's a poltergeist activity down here somewhere. Let's see if we can make it happen. Are you here? You hear a lot of buzzing. Machines. There's a machine to my left. A couple of machines to my left. I think the fridges and stuff. So there's going to be some extraneous noise.
I'm calling out to any spirits, any people that may have lived or died here. If you can hear my voice, come towards us now. Let us know that you're here.
The device is showing it's just under 24 Celsius. The
What?
EMF's triggering.
I'm going to say that it's been triggering blue for ages. What does that mean?
Vibration.
No,
No,
the vibration
blue.
is the yellow. See that? The blue is an EMF signal.
Can you slam a door? Throw something? It's weird. It's an eerie feeling here. I mean, there's stuff I'm kind of bumping into, which is down there, but it's just an eerie feeling. If you watch. Whoa. Right, that just happened in here. Right, okay, I need to get in there fast, don't I? What the hell was that? There's a door there. Oh, right. Now, that door there goes to the other pub. That's where the other guys are. So, I will be able to verify where they were. Whoa. I asked it to move something and it did. There's nothing on the floor. There's absolutely nothing on the floor. Nothing at all.
Hello? Anybody here?
Do you know what the weird thing is? The more it's like something doesn't want you here. It really is, and I know that's one of the things that people say about this place, but it's like something's almost like over the top of you. It makes you keep... Come on, you piece of... If you want me out, get me out. Come on.
I command thee to come from the darkness of the other world and do my bidding.
Yeah.
Spirits of the witches who work this place, this area.
We just heard, Fred,
Sorry?
Fred, we've just heard a strange voice, like a slightly whistle, I don't know, I can't even describe it.
If there's anyone in here responsible for throwing the glasses, can you make yourself known? Tell us who you are. What's your name?
It's really impressive. Thing is, if you look at those knives, I'm kind of... As I said, I don't have a good history with knives, and they always make me feel a little bit kind of... Come on, take one of those knives, throw it at me. Throw something at me. Come on. Take one of those knives off and throw it at me. What the? What the? Whoa! Right, there's glittering on the floor. That must mean there's broken glass. Wow! There's nowhere that could have come from, apart from up there. There's no glasses up there.
Although Carl couldn't pinpoint where the glass came from, if we slow down the footage, we can see it came from his right-hand side. And with everyone else accounted for, this is a great piece of evidence.
Wow. Right. Right, I'm getting a little freaked out now. I've heard two smashes. There's one, that glass wasn't there after the first smash. And now I'm hearing noises behind me, and I don't like those knives. Is there the same amount of knives on there as there was before? Right, okay. I'm actually not too happy about that, because that was thrown with some force.
Where did you hear the voice from?
Behind Greg,
Yeah. Over in that corner.
in the corner.
What is that room?
That's when I mentioned the witches. This area was full of witches, by the way.
Was it?
Spirits of the witches who worked around this area, I summon thee to come forward. Come forth.
Make yourself known to us. Tell us your name. Throw a glass.
I don't know where to stay or go. Is anyone in there? It's like there's movement. There's movement around me, but it's not in there, it's in here. And again, there's movement there. Right. What's moved there? What's that moving? Wasn't that? What the hell's moving? Hello? Right, they just moved then. Right, there was a noise of this crockery moving. It was that. It was that. And it came from there. I'm feeling really uneasy in here. I'm gonna move. Actually, I'm gonna get back. I think. 'Cause
There's a heartbeat. Oh. There it is again.
Yeah, got it.
Louder now, like it's come up here.
Lucifer, that can't be you. You don't have a heart. Is
my
that
God.
you?
Oh, it's getting louder.
Is that you? Are you pretending you've got a heart?
Can you say something that would make us leave?
I'm feeling uneasy, and I feel like I'm being stalked. Strangely as that sounds. Who's in there? Who's in there? What the hell? Right, listen. Right, that's a tap. There was no one in here. You can see there is no one in here at all. Right, so it's the cold tap and it's come on. I don't know what to do. No, see, that would have been, I would have heard that if I was over here. As soon as I got over there, I heard it. Right. Okay, right, I think we need to get more people in here. Yeah, I'm gonna go back now. That, whatever it was scary as hell. Stuff's been thrown.
With so much happening in the kitchen that needed further investigation, I wanted to go back. So while Greg and Darren investigated the pool room, I took Glenn, Stu and a slightly reluctant Carl to the area where a poltergeist seemed to be lurking.
If there's anybody here, there's somebody here in this place. If you can hear us, if you can see us, can you do something to let us know that you're around? We don't mean you any harm, but if you can make a noise.
You touch one of us.
What's that?
Have you heard of that? I can't see anything
Well,
down there on
I can't.
camera.
I think it might have been just one of the pumps coming on, but it
Right,
was,
okay.
yeah. That looks quite ominous down there,
It does.
doesn't it?
Well, that's where the poltergeist activity happened. The thing, I mean, my thing with all this, I'm thinking, in the kitchen we've got so much stuff happen.
Yeah.
So much stuff around us that could, I mean, let's face it. There's plastic, is it? Any of that stuff.
Sorry, something's just moved down there,
Has
down
it?
this corridor.
Should we go down?
Yeah. Yeah.
Go on, Yvette, you go first.
I haven't got a torch, so I can't see Jack Poo.
Do you want the camera so you can see where you're going?
Go on, you go first.
Okay.
Oh, that's you. It was like I can't describe it, but it was could have been, like that, that type of thing.
Just in a pantry now.
Could have been anything in here.
Yep. What did you hear? Whoa, what the f***? Oh, hang on a minute. We'll have to walk, guys, don't run.
It's here, it's glass here. It's a wine glass.
It's a wine glass.
There's no one in
Where?
the kitchen. Darren and Greg are in the bar literally next door to us, so they're accounted for.
I was just about to say, before that happened, it's rich pickings for a poltergeist in here, isn't it?
It would be great if you could make these three balls, any of these three balls on the table move for us.
You make a noise. Can you throw something at Glenn?
23 Celsius in here, but I've got goosebumps.
Throw something at Glenn. Throw something at Stuart's head.
Thanks, Yvette.
You're welcome.
Well, if you are here, seriously, throw something at me.
This could be your opportunity. It's nice and quiet now. It's just me and Darren down here. Would you like to come into this place and just communicate with us?
Is anything happening down there, Glenn?
No, all quiet.
All quiet.
Show yourself to us somehow. Move some furniture. Throw a chair.
All quiet here.
Quiet, quiet, quiet. Now remember how everything was in there.
Right.
Okay.
What? Did you hear something?
Well, look, here's your wine glass.
Crockery, Stu. Crockery with me.
Come on.
Right, hang on a sec, Greg, Glenn. Hold on.
That.
Ah.
That's what I've just
What, that's what you've just heard?
I've heard it when we were up the end now. Right.
Okay.
What? Did you hear something?
Oh, look.
Right. And it can only have really come from there or there. I suppose it could have come from that too.
Glenn's just mentioned something.
What?
There's a box of wine glasses on the floor in the store over there.
But it couldn't have come from there because
We were all up that end.
Yeah, I know.
It would have
It came from behind us. That's,
Oh, yeah,
I don't know if
that's
it's the same. It looks a bit heavier, to be fair.
No.
I just saw them all upside down in the box. Is it the right kind?
What's your fingers, Yvette?
I know, I'm not touching it. I'm just. Yeah. I'd
Is
say.
it the same?
Yeah, it is the same.
It's quite a heavy
Oh
glass,
yes,
isn't
it is. It
Yeah.
does look the same, yes.
Okay. Well, we can.
But then again, it doesn't necessarily mean it came from that end. It could have been from anywhere, couldn't it? It could have
Yeah.
been in the sink or...
Yeah.
With a mischievous poltergeist seemingly trying and succeeding to grab our attention, we continued on. Carl and Stuart stayed in the kitchen while I took Glenn to the small bar area.
If there's anyone here with us and you want to do some damage, now would be a good time.
Mind you, if that table came flying down now, we'd both die.
Yeah, but it's all in the name of research, though, isn't it?
Well, the trouble is, because you've still got these emergency lights on, a lot of people think it's not scary, but I think we've had glasses smashed, and I think that's brilliant. Especially when you know no one else is here. And it's such a small space, you can check everywhere around you.
Yep.
Can you make a noise? Now and again, I hear like scratching or just an odd little noise, just a little hint. Should we go upstairs?
Yeah,
then?
it's done.
And then there's nothing.
You see where you're going?
Yeah.
Upside down. Do we know if that was upside down earlier?
What? What's upside down? What? Oh!
What was that set like before?
It wasn't like that.
When we looked back at the locked-off cameras, we were amazed to have caught the table moving. First, it seemed to roll over. Then, it is pulled across the floor.
Oh my God, I suddenly feel quite... That's a heavy thing. What do you think?
Table number 7. Lucky number 7. Let's see. Come on.
Knock that table over again. It's very, very cold up here. Normally heat rises, doesn't it? But it's bloody freezing.
Well, look. It's feeling cold, but it's still
It's not.
23.5 degrees.
Can you move the table again, please? If we leave this area and go downstairs, can you please move the table?
Let's see if the ball's moved.
Yeah.
If you're here, can you move something?
Let's focus that in.
Come on, if you're here, just make it. Whoa! Did you hear that? That's this again.
I thought that was you then.
No, I'm on camera.
Let me just see where you were then.
I'm here.
Yeah,
Was
you
that?
were, yeah, you're right. You know, you are right, Carl. You are right.
That's what it was.
I thought you'd knocked that then. That's
No.
why I didn't react to it. You're right, that's what it was. Just knock that now with your hand. No, completely different. Completely different.
Okay, if you're here,
Wow.
can you do that again?
It's a different atmosphere to when we were here earlier.
I know. Should we go and check the table?
Yeah.
Either way.
Come on, can you move one of those knives?
I'm sorry. I've just... Did you not hear that?
No?
It was like, you know how when you come up the steps and you hear the creaking?
Yeah.
And I got to the...
No, that's the table I'm sat on.
Because that's freaked me out. The creaking carried on after I was by the table.
Okay.
There, listen. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
There's something downstairs now. Something followed me up the stairs.
Have you come to follow us? Have you come to get us? We're trapped.
Did we annoy you earlier on with the things that we said?
Oh, did you hear that? See, that's that
No,
again.
no, exactly. I picked
It's
it up.
that
We've
again.
got it. If that was you, thank you. Do it again for us. Pick something up and throw it.
They couldn't move the ball or the balloon.
No.
No, but they could have done that. Could be what the noise is down there.
Yeah.
I definitely.
Heard the creaks.
If you could just do me a favour, if I stand here by the table,
Yeah.
right?
Do you need to walk upstairs?
Walk up the stairs, because I'm just thinking. Here I am. Sorry, walking towards the table. Right, stop. Come up. Yeah. Right.
now-
So that noise you just made here, I was here. Now I'm walking right here by this table, and it doesn't make that same creaking noise.
It does that.
There. So something was there.
And it takes physical pressure for that to happen.
Yeah. And I heard that, and I wonder if you get that back on this tape. Did you hear that?
That might have been me.
Do it again. No, but it didn't sound like here. It sounded like it was
Over
over
there.
there. Glenn,
There's
Glenn.
sound over there then. I love the way you hide behind me.
Yeah, because I'm normally quite... What the hell was that? Did you hear that?
Yeah.
It went... Shh. What's that?
That sounded like a laughter from downstairs.
Sorry. That was a door.
Yeah.
Should we go downstairs?
Do you want to?
I'm scared.
Come on.
Right,
Let me get that.
Okay. You know what? You'd think, wouldn't you, after all these years I'd be getting braver. I'm actually getting worse.
And so, with the light beginning to flood the darkness, we ended the investigation. And what an investigation it was.
Is the person who threw the chair here earlier today with us now?
I've never experienced anything as violent as that before.
So your first name is Death, is that correct?
Whoa.
It's a different atmosphere to when we were here earlier.
I know.
Until next time, sleep tight.